Alright, so I'm doing something different today. I bet I had to fit that. Today, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna allow folks to watch me make a flyer. Why watch me make a flyer? I'm one of the top rated graphic designers in my city, which just happens to be the city of Atlanta, one of the top cities of entertainment. I have tips and tricks in making flyers that make people want to come to events somehow. And so, if you want to learn how to use my tips and tricks without having to pay me, today you come to the right place. I'm gonna make sure I got everything set up the right way real quick. I gotta get my screen right real quick. There we go. Alright. So as you see, we started with a blank canvas. The name of this event is, hold on, give me 1 second. The name of this event is Cutting Up Off Cutwater. Bet. So you know what the fuck we got to do first, right? We're gonna go ahead and get us a can of Cutwater. Bam. I don't even gotta put the sweat on. It's already on there. Make sure we removing the background. Now, with doing what I like with stuff like this, if you look at the Cutwater branding, it's mostly like white. Everything's pretty much white, except for this shit right here. I don't know nothing about that, but most of they advertisements is pure white. You know what I'm saying? I kind of like this, so I'm gonna take this too. What I'm gonna do with this is, because I like this and it doesn't have the sweat like the other one, I'm gonna use that can, but I'm gonna use this element. Boom, drop it back just like that. Because I'm not going to use the wording on here at all, so it don't even matter. So with this, typically what I do is I start by getting rid of all of the elements that I know I'm not gonna use in my design. So, for example, ranch water, gone. Gone. That, gone. All of this, gone. Remove tool. If you don't know what the remove tool is, it's this tool right here. Up in the side, it's the Band-Aid. So we left with the Cutwater logo. On this one, I'm gonna take some stuff out of the banner too. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that out. Boom. Get rid of all this title that I don't need. Bet. Image adjustments. You always want to make sure everything is cohesive. So I'm gonna try to use the HLS filter to kind of match the color on this, because if you're looking at it, like one's green, one's blue. So I'm gonna try to kind of like match the color on this real quick. Boom. There you go. Now this is cool, but I'm not gonna lie. I don't know about it. But this is what I can say. This is what I can say. Alright, so if I take this bottom part, because the bottom part cool. The bottom part's great. But the rest of it might not work for the design. So if I take that, boom, get rid of this. Get rid of all that. Learn to use one of the secrets in flyer making and graphic design is learning to use the elements that are put before you. You know what I'm saying? If it's something as easy as cut water, you know cut water has these elements. Use the elements to your advantage. For example, like y'all saw where I got that from, got this thing from. Now I'm about to use this to make a whole bottom border for this flyer. Using nothing but that element in the remove tool. Getting rid of all of this stuff until it's gone. All of this stuff till it's gone. All of this shit till it's gone. Get it gone, get it gone, get it gone. Boom. Bring this down just a little bit. And this is where I'm going to put my bad. I didn't mean to do that. I got keys, sugar keys on my OBS. My bad, y'all. I know it's probably hard to see. It's a vertical screen, so I'm trying to figure out how to stream on this page without having to stream on my Twitch using this, because I don't want to stream graphics on my Twitch. That is not my brand. I'm on here teaching y'all how to do this shit so that I don't have to do it no more. If that makes sense. All right, so go ahead and type the address. Give it a nice regular basic font. When it comes down to your addresses and need to know information, basic fonts. Basic as hell. Basic as you can get it. Make sure it's cohesive, but make sure it's basic so it can be easily legible. Got the address on there. This is a club that I frequently do flyers for. Not only do I frequently do flyers for, but this is my party. So I have the logo to the venue in my libraries already. Go ahead and drop that right there. And I think on this other border triangle area, I'm gonna put a perk. If you don't know what a perk is, it's like when people say like free birthday sections or ladies free till 11 or some shit like that. So I think for this one, we're gonna go free birthday sections. Free B-Day. Me personally, I use my own lingo when I say free birthday sections, which is how you know it's either my flyer or my party. SXNS, sections. That's how I spell sessions. You ever see anybody else doing it? No, I did it first. Alright, so I'm gonna take that. Make that font all one size. Bring it together. Side scale it down. Boom. Free B-Day sections. So that's where the perk is gonna go for now. That's just for now. All of this is just for now. Nothing is final when you're doing graphics. Just know that. So boom, back on this cut water. On this cut water can. We're gonna smart object that and I'm gonna scale it because I want it to be big. Not only that, I want it to appear to be sitting somewhere, so I'm gonna give it a shadow. And I was gonna tuck this shadow down behind this this lip I just created with the Cutwater design, but I think I'm going to let it just slightly go over the side of that, just to give it a little bit of a character. You know what I'm saying? All right, so Cutwater. Now, Cutwater is the last word in the title of this party, right? It's cutting up off the Cutwater. So if I want to use this, say I want to use this can to build the title, I need to make sure this part where it say Cutwater at is at the bottom. Clearly, because it's the last word. So what I'm gonna do, and I'm if it seems slow, is I'm trying to do this for as much as I'm not gonna say beginners, but moderate Photoshop users right now. So I'm gonna just copy and paste that, right? Move it down. Move it down. Create a mask. Feather it a little bit. Boom. Blends in. Back to that one. Go in, edit the original file. Bam. Get rid of Cutwater. You already got you one. Cutwater, gone. Say that. Come up out your smart object. Now you got a blank can of Cutwater and a movable Cutwater logo. I think what I'm gonna do with the Cutwater logo though is I'm gonna go all the way around that, and then I'm gonna mask that. Yeah, I'm gonna do it like that. That looks a lot better. All right. And then I'm gonna scale it too. I'm gonna scale it too, just because it needs to be able to be seen a little bit. Everybody know what Cutwater is, so what especially in this crowd, what understood ain't really got to be explained. But you gonna see exactly what we do. You know what I'm saying? What up, Shay? I'm on Twitch right now. I didn't even know I was on Twitch right now. That crazy. I didn't know I was on Twitch right now. I swear I just thought I was on YouTube. Yeah. But either way, you seeing me work today, Chase? What up with it? So back to what I was doing. So we got Cutwater at the bottom where it need to be, because it's the last thing on the title. Last word on the title. Now it's called cutting up off Cutwater. So I'm gonna go into doing the cutting up part. Cutting up. For this is a young adult urban nightclub party. So to get that vibe, we're gonna jump away from this Cutwater font right here, and we're gonna jump into something like a little bit more like jagged and urban. You know what I'm saying? So let's see if we like this one. I bet this looks straight. Cutting up. Boom. Now, of course, it don't need to be pink. And I'm gonna let it come off the can just a little bit. I'm gonna let it come off the can just a little bit, just enough for you to be able to still see cutting up and cut water. Cause I still gotta add the rest of the timer. Still working. You see the vibes, you know. Now usually when you're doing something like this, you want all your colors to coincide. So this pink shit is not gonna work right now. We can either go with the same blue on cut water, or we can go to the same blue on the can or the bottom border. I'm thinking, as of right now, I'm thinking all right, we're gonna go with the can for these words. For these words in particular. What's up, love? Giving a little tutorial. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I don't know how to configure like my shit to not go on Twitch and just go on YouTube. I'm really only supposed to be streaming on YouTube on my graphics page right now. But I don't know how to do that. So y'all watching me give a graphics tutorial right now. Unfortunately. Not something I really wanted to do on my personal page, but it is what it is. It's part of me. So y'all seeing a well-rounded version. This is where I make most of my money at. Pictures. Just being honest. Did a 6-figure business off making pictures. It be like that. All right, so we cutting up off cut water, cutting up words. I'm gonna give it a little gradient. The gradient is gonna make it shine kind of like the cut water font on the can. To give it a little bit of dimension so you can actually see it, you want to either outline it, like stroke it, outside though, not inside. Never inside stroke when you're doing titles. Outside stroke it with the same color as the can, or give it a drop shadow. In this case, I'm not feeling this stroke. Then again, it's not the right color. That's actually decent, but let me see what a drop shadow look like. I think I'm gonna go both. All right. Not too harsh of a shadow, just enough to give it a dimension, make it look like it's popping up off the can. Cutting up off the cut water. So, cut water got a specific font. I think I got that font. You wanna kind of give some familiarity of the brand that they're using. So for the words off the, I'm gonna use the same font or something very similar as the word cut water, and I'm gonna put it in a different color blue to give it a contrast, but still it'll be the same thing. Find a font that looks good enough, or looks almost like it's cohesive. What we talking about today? I'm giving a tutorial today. I'm not supposed to be on Twitch, Queenie. I'm not supposed to be on Twitch. I'm supposed to only be on YouTube right now. But I don't know how to configure my shit to only be on YouTube. So, unfortunately, I'm on Twitch too. I'm really only supposed to be on my design YouTube at that. On my YouTube for IconicArtz. I'm giving tutorials because I'm sick of being people's graphic designer. So I'm giving people the tutorials on how to do this shit themselves. By the way. But until I can figure out how to do that without being on Twitch at the same time, my Twitch viewers unfortunately have to deal with watching me do some of this shit sometimes. So I can be in and out though. Y'all never necessarily gotta sit and watch me do this shit. I know this shit can get boring, tedious if it's not really what you type of shit you into. Unless you just like watching me. But I mean, you barely really see me on the thing. Hold on, that's why y'all can't see. I look like I'm just talking. Hold on real quick. So, for those on Twitch, okay, I'm vertical on Twitch too. But it's got the wrong screen up. There we go. All right. So, one thing you gonna always see on my flyers that just kind of gives the flyers dimensions. I put the names across the top. The name, if I don't got a name, I'm putting the promoter. If I don't got the promoter, I'm gonna put the club. I'm gonna put something across the top in small lettering to kind of box in the design. Nobody thinks of it that way, and nobody thinking in terms of design when they make flyers. But a way to box in your design is to put your presents by at the top of your flyer. In this case, I'm gonna use the same font as I used for the address. I'm just gonna copy that up, but I'm gonna use the color that I used for the border. Contrast it. Name of this party, Baddies Love Friday Night Live. This is a long ass name for a party. Baddies Love Friday Night Live. And it's a long ass story as to why that's the name of the party. But it wasn't always that damn long. I really don't care for this name, but it works. It is what it is. So on top of cutting up off the cut water. So if you see, if I zoom in, what we looking like. Boom. This is just what the flyer's looking like so far. It's pretty basic, pretty regular. You know what I'm saying? Pretty. I think I'm gonna take this drop shadow off of this cutting up. That's a lot better. Okay. And I might just wrap this shit. Hold on. You're gonna make a million motherfucking edits when you doing flyers. Trust me. Especially if you actually get good at the shit and you actually start doing the shit. You gonna go over a million different things. You're gonna go over 5 to 6 different elements of every flyer 5 to 6 different times, 5 to 6 different ways. Just to make sure it's the right way. It just is what it is, especially if you're serious about your shit. I ain't even as that serious about my shit, and you would think it, but I'm not gonna lie, sitting here and say I am. I'm not. But as long as it looked like it, we good. So I edited the cutting up to kind of fit on the can. It's the same. I'm gonna bring the size in up a little bit, just so it maintains the weight it needs to on this title. And on the instead of stacking it like that, I'm gonna bring more emphasis to the cutting up by making this one line. Boom. Cutting up off the cut water. Go back to my can. This shit tedious, I told y'all. We done been in 25 minutes. We ain't got nothing but a goddamn can. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? This shit takes a minute. People think this shit is like ChatGPT. It's just in and out. It's not that. This ain't that. Never will be that. Never was that. This shit is a real-time consuming thing to do. Which is why a lot of people don't fucking do this shit. All right, so I had to get rid of all of the specifics on the can about the cut water. That leaves room for me to add specifics on the can about the party. So now I got that cherry limeade bullshit off the can. I can say ladies free until 11 p.m. Boom. When it comes to your perks, like I said, you want to use a basic font. Now, for my perks, I like to use a basic font, but a tall basic font, because it brings emphasis to what you need. Tall, basic, but thin, enough to bring an impact. Fonts like Cool Vetica, Antarctica Var, Medium. Shit like that. Boom. Another small trick. As you see, it's kind of even though it's white on this blue background, it kind of like blend splashes because of this white shine. Like the white shines on the sides of the can. What you want to do is you want to outer glow your font, your text in the same color as your background. The darker one, not the lighter one. Maybe somewhere in the middle. And then size it. Keep the spread down, but the size a little bit. I say spread it about 11 and then size it at about 75. That way you really can't see it, but it gives that dimension to your words to where they pop off of the art and you can actually read the shit. Another thing I like to do is tilt my text. It just gives a fun little element to whatever the hell you're doing. Now, I got my title. I got my perks. Ladies free till 11. The venue name. This is where the creativity comes into play. Right? This is where the creativity aspect of doing flyers comes into play. And this is what sets people like myself apart from other people. This is a ratchet ass fucking party. I'm gonna just keep it real with you. This shit is a ratchet ass fucking party. That being said, that allows me to turn this into a whole nother situation. You understand what I'm saying? Now, not only is this a can of cut water, it's a life-size can of cut water with a life-size bad bit next to it. Now, will I stick with this? Maybe. Let's see. First of all, cutting up got to be on the can, not on the girl. I'm going to take her and I'm going to partially place her behind the can using masks. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go different. I'm gonna go twerk booty. Let's see. Hello, Ari. Yes, I know. It's okay. We ain't even gonna show a face. Do what we finna do. We finna tuck her ass behind this can. Boom. And she's gonna be one of many. It's about to get real around this can. Cutting up off the cut water. You understand what I'm saying? Play off of the title. I'm gonna need to get it some realism. Every female, every person, every figure I put in a flyer that's on a base color, I'm going shadow. Why am I going shadow? Because I need it to look like it's actually happening right then. I need to look like it's really there. Like this bit really standing behind that big ass can of cut water. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you look, small details. If you look at the cut water can and you look at the girl, the cut water can is wet. For those of y'all don't know, I have a graphics toolkit, so I keep like PNGs of different things I need. I got a wet PNG. Boom. Take that. Put it on shoulder. Drop it. Drop the size on it. Now she just as wet as the can. We getting her wet too. We getting her wet too. Spread it wherever you need to put it. And then for my novice Photoshop users, you go in, you blend it. Blend if, blend if, blend if. Blend if should be your best fucking friend. Blending modes is cool. Blend if is next fucking level. Always remember that. Always remember that. It's gonna get your creases right. It's gonna get your shadows. It's gonna get your highlights. Always blend if. I'll bring the opacity down on some of that. Baby girl wet. Okay. Next. I'm stuck between if I want to keep her life size or if I want to make this cut water a giant cut water, which I'm leaning towards, because if I make it a giant cut water, and here's the part about changing your mind all throughout the process. If I make it a giant cut water, I can throw 5 or 6 more females on this motherfucker. Cutting the fuck up. I'm going if I'm going through my folder of twerking hoes. Look at the white chick. What the hell? Hell no. Hell no. Let's see what I got right here. I think I'm gonna go off the, I'm gonna put the off the bigger. I'm gonna put the cut water in the middle right here. And instead of doing it like I just had it, yeah, I'm going like that. Here you go. Bam. Now watch me warp the text. Remember, ain't nothing set in stone. Nothing is set in stone. Experiment with shit. You feel me? I don't really generally got time to be experimenting with shit. But if you got time on your hands, experiment with shit. Especially if you new, if you learning. You know what I'm saying? Experiment. Experiment with yourself. That's the best advice I can give you. Make your own shit. That keeps you from doing free work until you get people to recognize your talent. Free game. I think I like this a little bit. Cutting up. For off the, I think, cutting up. I think cutting up need to be basic. So I'm gonna go and start. And off the, I'm gonna go Mustang. I'm gonna go crazy font on the off the. just to give it that and I'm gonna go up with it. So cutting up off the cut water. Bam. And then I drop I think I'm gonna drop a shadow the same color as the can to do some dimension. Usually on the title, I don't do that. I only do that with the perks. But on this one, the way this can's set up, yeah, I think it's gonna need that. So, and because it's saying off the cut water, I'm gonna let it go ahead and come up off the can. So cutting up off the, and then the cut water, boom, down, boom. Gotta unlink that shit. Now go in here, get that shit some off. So far we got cutting up off the cut water. I'm gonna get rid of shouting. I'm gonna do something different. We're doing late free till 11 p.m. I'm gonna make that a bold statement. Bam. Boom. Blend if. Cutting up off the cut water. Now what I really want to do is I want to focus on the idea of cutting up. Let me see. Let me go back here and I'm gonna get one of these cut water boxes. Move it. Boom. I'm gonna give that some dimension. So now we got the cut water. Boom. Lady free till 11 p.m. Then one right here where it say lime margarita. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the words off of that. Boom, boom. And I'm gonna add this perk where that go. Boom. Make sure I get this shit right. Boom. All right. I'm not even gonna let this motherfucking I think I'm gonna have to go ahead and take this logo off. I think I'm gonna have to go ahead and take this logo off of that too. Cause it's really not needed. It's cut water everywhere. So get rid of that. Matter of fact, get rid of this so it can't stop getting fucking confused. Boom. Freebie this session. me test the climb back real quick. Alright. Damn, I've been on the motherfucker 45 minutes working on the same damn fly. Imagine what my life like, y'all. All day, everyday bullshit. Anyway. Where was I? Alright, so after deliberation, what we doing? Boom. There go one. There go two. Flip her ass over. I'm gonna put her on the top of the box. Where should I put her at? I need her to be somewhere extracurricular as hell. The can don't make sense because she would have been slipped off the side of that shit. Alright, I'm gonna just go with one leg up for right now. I can put her ass at the top of the can. She cutting up. Boom. Small subtle details. Small subtle details. Give me that drop. Gonna separate that thing. Alright, I'm gonna hold on that for right now. So that's what we at so far. We got boom, cutting up out the cut water. Bring that down just a little bit. I can bring that down just a little bit. Bring the cut water down just a little bit. Yeah. Huh? Where you going? I think I'm gonna have to get creative with this title. Because cut water is not big enough. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a piece of red paper, right? I'm gonna white that shit out. And I'm gonna put the cut water on this strip of paper right here. Right? Boom. Cut water on the strip of paper. Cut water is also an obvious staple on the flyer as far as the can. And then boom. I'm just trying to get this shit perfected. You know what I'm saying? As of right now, Shawty might have to go. Boom, right here. Boom, boom. It's looking a little bit cleaner. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what the other man. There's got to be some more perks other than the ladies free. Like, come on, bro. What the fuck we doing? Cutting up of. Apparently, it's cutting up off cut water. So it's just cutting. Cutting up off cut water. It's ripped off the label. Alright, so I got one chick on this motherfucker, and that's not gonna do. Not for this party. Now I'm wondering, now that I've got this far, if the border is too much. Nah, matter of fucking fact. Yes, sure. Alright. Yeah, I like that. I fuck with that. So we cutting up off cut water. Fuck that Baddies Love shit. We just putting Friday Night Live. That Baddies Love shit with some Capone shit. IYK. Let's see. I'm gonna take that warp off. It's coming together. Slowly but surely, it's coming together. Y'all see why I hate doing this shit? I could be reacting to some fire video right now. Instead, I'm doing this bullshit. Anyway. 9:05, and we going to make that. I'm put the date on this box instead of what I had on this box, instead of putting perks on this box, because I just realized I ain't even had a fucking date on this bitch. It's another thing, bro. You gotta make sure you got everything. Alright, so for the date, Friday. Mind you, I do like 2 to 3 flyers for this event a week. This one event. Virtually for no reason, for real. So I'm finna stop doing this shit. But, yeah. Alright, so I think I can put the ladies free back on the can now. That is not as congested. And then where this is free B-Day sections. So that being said, now that all the info is on the flyer, the date, let me see, I'm gonna put doors open at 10 p.m. just to give it some more dimension. My bad, y'all. I gotta fire me one up. But so far, the flyer ain't looking bad. You know what I'm saying? I think what I'm gonna do is with this big ass open space, I'm gonna use that with a photo, you know what I'm saying, of something crazy. I don't know what it's gonna be. That's the good thing about flyers. One thing about flyers is you can pick the most randomest shit. And as long as it's somewhat cohesive, it's gonna be fire. I don't know about niggas like putting teddy bears and goddamn boats and shit on flyers. I can't co-sign that, but um what I can say is you can put some random ass shit like some lips with the tongue out on a flyer, and if you fade that shit the right way, it's gonna pop for real. You just gotta know what you're doing. You can check my page for reference. There's plenty of flyers on that shit with just the randomest shit in the background. Now I ain't too damn random. There's a such thing as too damn random. But what's there is not too damn random. You know what I'm saying? It's just what it need to be. I think up and off needs to be two different fonts. I think I need to drop cut water. Use the same font I got for up where it is. Use a font from the flyer for the word off and tuck it behind the cut water sticker. So we're gonna try and see what that look like. I know to the untrained eye, man, this shit sound tedious and retarded as hell. Excuse my friend. But it like, to any moderate Photoshop users, y'all understand what I'm saying. Y'all understand what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Just bear with me while I get this. That one road. Okay. Bam. We in now. Let go. Alright. Up, off. What I said I was gonna do? Alright, I'm keeping up. So I'm gonna put up. I don't know why this shit. Oh, it's the blend if. Alright. So I'm gonna cut up. I'm gonna cut up with the same color. Nah, I'm not cutting up with the same color. Yeah. Off. Boom. Cutting up off cut water. cutting up. Let me see if I can find something that fares this better. Cut and rip off. I'm trying to get this title right now. You know what I'm saying? Once I get the title right, I can move on. But it's something about this cutting up shit that is just not sitting with me right. Okay. That is starting to get a little bit more okay. Now if I put the cut in, okay, look, that's what we finna do. I'm finna put the cut in. Small set of detail, y'all. Small set of detail. So look, cutting up. I'm going to drag that above the can as well. I'm going to delete up from the top. I'm gonna keep cutting at the bottom. So cutting up off. Cut water. This off needs to be much bigger. Cutting up off. Boom. There we go. So now I'm gonna take this, the box that I created with the date on it. Now I can bring that size down a little bit. Tuck that down behind the can a little bit more. Take that shadow, bring that down a little bit. Now that leave me all this open space. Now I gotta connect this cutting to this cutting up, so that when I move it, it don't do too much wrong. But now look how that shit come off. Cutting up off cut water. Boom. It's going crazy. It's going crazy. The colors is cohesive. Everything look how it's supposed to. Now all I gotta add is subtle fucking details. I done put a border on this motherfucking and everything. You smell me? So what we finna do? Say if I wanted to go back and get that same female, right? Look how different she look on that motherfucking eye. Drop her head back a little bit. Boom. Bam, this shit fare completely different, bro. You feel me? This shit faring completely different right now. I don't even need her head. I just need this. This all I need right here. Cause it is art. We not gonna pretend like that's not who the fuck that is. So boom, cutting up off. Drop shadow. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Get that shit a little bit of dimension right there. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's starting to look right. Cutting up off of cut water. Boom. Excuse me. Oh, man. One thing about a flyer, in order to get the point across, you don't necessarily got to show their face. Now with Shawty right here, I'm about to take her on out of there, cause I don't like how she look. But I'm gonna keep main hoe though. This what we finna do. I'm gonna find somebody cohesive. Let me show you how I find my models. That right. Good old motherfucking Pinterest. Now if we looking on Pinterest, Shawty's great. I wonder. I wonder what would happen if I type in cut water. Absolutely nothing. But a little bit of inspiration. Ice. Check this out. Small inspiration. Smile inspiration. Smile inspiration. Look at it turn to. Boom. We still going, y'all. Friday Night Live. I'm gonna warp that. Cause I should have been warped that shit the right way. I gave up on it. It only needed a slight arch in order to create desired effect. Bam, it's in there. Give me 1 second, y'all. 1 second, y'all. All right. Gotta go blow my nose real quick. All right, so majority of the flyer is done. But if you notice, we put ice cubes at the bottom, right? So what it do? That opens up the possibility for certain random objects. Boom, ice cube. Bam, take that. Draw that. So now I got random ass ice cubes. Now just look at the aesthetic and what it does for the aesthetic of the flyer. Just randomly placed ice cubes in the flyer. See how much realism that provides? I'm gonna throw one overlapping the border. You see how much how the flyers starting to become full? Now with ice comes what? Water. Common fucking sense, right? Now don't forget though, you wanna when you put shit like ice, shit that's supposed to be clear, blend if. Blend if on your dark side. Take away all them lights. That's gonna make it into the ice that it need to be. You know what I'm saying? Boom. You having ice cubes. You having ice cubes. You having legit looking ice cubes. You even wanna with this one right here, with these ice cubes at the bottom, I'm gonna just go ahead and create a smart object out of those and blend dip those. But I'm only gonna slightly blend dip those. Enough to where they can be seen through, but they not overpower. But they not disappearing in the design. Matter of fact, I might not even blend up these. Yeah, I'm gonna keep those like that. Boom. I think I want to add Damn. The booty pops. The booty pops. Nah, I'm bullshit. Um. Anyway, like I said, with ice comes water. You want to put some water in that bitch. Put a couple splashes in that motherfucker. Just because you have the ice in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Blend dip that shit. Nah, blend if I'm holding Alt to separate the keyframes. That's what I'm gonna call them, cause I really don't know what the hell they called on Photoshop. But I want to put some splashes around where it makes sense for the splashes to be. You know what I'm saying? For those of y'all familiar with levels, you know where what's supposed to go, how it's supposed to go, etc., etc. You know what I'm saying? In front of what, behind what, and boom. We got a flyer with so much more character than before. Now, the sweat that's on the can can also be duplicated onto the background just to give it a little bit more cohesiveness. Let me see. Let me use a smaller one for that one. And I'm going to drop that all the way down to the back. Boom. So that's what we're looking at. I'm going to put a gradient. All right. Now, right now, we have all general information. We have a pretty legit standout flyer. Ain't extra, you know what I'm saying? I could go a little bit further with it. Let me see. That looks right, but I ain't gonna do that. Like, it could look right, but I ain't gonna do that. One that's nice and cohesive. What the fuck, bro? Creepy ass looking at bit. All right. I think model wise, with the amount that we have on this flyer, less is kind of more sometimes. Um yeah, for this one, less is kind of more. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to extend this title to a little bit at the edge, and I'm gonna put my finishers on it, and then I might just make a secondary one. You know what I'm saying? Just to get the point across for the event. If you don't, as a designer, have the Pixel Perfect compositing plugin, you need to get that shit. It's gonna cost you $24 for a year. That's like a flyer, half for some of y'all. Jasmine, Chris, what's up? What's up? What's up? My bad if I'm missing chats, y'all. I'm again, I'm not really supposed to be on Twitch. I'm supposed to be streaming tutorials on YouTube, but I haven't figured out my OBS yet to not stream on Twitch and just stream on YouTube yet. So this is where we at. Unfortunately. My bad, I gotta get I don't know if that's a bot or what, but either way. Anyway, the finishing touches I put on my flyers every time. If you come down to the Pixel Perfect compositing plugin, you got these things called presets. These presets, you click them, they apply a certain color to your graphic. You hold the control button and click them, and they give you a different vibe in that same mood of that certain box. On this one, it's gonna have to be between these two. But that was it. This is the one. Do my levels on every flyer. 14 by 6. 14 input, output level 6 to 7. You know what I'm saying? That's at the top every time. If you want to know how I make the flyers shine, free game. This blurry ass ball right here. That's it. This blurry ball, when screened, creates a shine effect on whatever surface it's splashed off of. So if I put it here, boom, I'm gonna scale it down. It's gonna shine off of this can. It's gonna shine off of this box. It's gonna shine off of this, shine off of this. I'm gonna make these ice cubes shine a little bit. And we got a flyer. I leave a section open right here in this area for promoters to be able to add their number or whatever means of contact that they want to be able to be contacted for sections XYZ. Let me see what happens if I send it a logo out. If I stroked it instead of outer glowed it. Yeah, look a little bit better in the middle. Bring the water down just a tad bit so you can see the date. And boom, there you go. There's your flyer. And that's the end of my tutorial for today. I'm signing out. I'll holler at y'all.